Hey, good evening, everybody. Al Puglisi Trains, again over Howard Zane's house for a second installment on the beautiful O-scale Acme Tool Company that Howard's building. Episode 1 shows the initial structure, and it's been about a week since I've been over Howard's house, so I'm about to show you Episode 2 and the progress made and what Howard's doing on the structure. Howard, how you doing? Speak up a little bit.
I'm still alive, Al.
Still alive.
What's keeping me alive is doing this stuff.
Yes. And folks, I'm going to pan out. Again, this is another giant structure. Howard, you look like a tiny man back there. Let me compare to this giant structure.
Well, I'm kind of I grew up with O-scale. I wrote page, actually. But,
Good Lord.
is it flipping around right?
Yeah, folks.
Something's scolding.
I see. Folks, I am about 4 feet away from this thing. I can't get any farther back. But you can see the enormity of it.
I don't know what the front or the rear is. That's the front here.
This is the front.
You got two doors, too.
Yeah, right.
There is no prototype again for this building. It's what I call the Appalachian Gothic. Style.
And since last time I saw you, you've been working on obviously the roof. Tell us about what you've did with the roof. What are you using for the roofing?
Well, I use basswood because it's stiff.
Okay.
I used to use chipboard, but somehow I find when it warps sometimes, and I don't like that. The wood doesn't warp. I tried styrene, and that also warps, believe it or not.
Oh, the styrene did.
Yeah. So I'm using the 1/8 inch the 080 basswood.
Oh, wow.
80 thousandths basswood.
And you're bracing it from the bottom.
Oh yeah, it's got an interior bracing, so it doesn't. It's not going to go anywhere.
And as far as the rolled roofing, what are you using for the rolled roof?
The rolled roof. You mean the material here?
Yeah, the tar paper or rolled roof.
We found the source. A friend of mine found it. It's actually the same thing that Grand Lot used to use for their shingles. It's strips of paper. If you here, I think I have a piece right here.
And while you're looking for it,
I've enough for this to last me after 30 years.
Oh my God!
Like 100.
So this is really.
A friend of mine has an electronic, industrial-sized paper cutter. So we cut this in a few minutes.
Oh wow!
Then I just paint it black.
So it's really construction paper.
Yeah. Now this is supposed to be tar paper, but it works fine. I have it weathered. It still has to be weathered down.
Right.
Which I haven't done yet.
Right.
And then the next episode will be finished. I haven't done the base yet. I have all the loading platforms and stuff like that, and all kinds of goodies. Now the graphics are done. I may put a few more signs on it. I'm not sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, maybe a little louder.
Okay.
Be good. But all right, let me pause this and swing around here, Howard. Here's a different angle, folks, of the building, and
this will be the front actually.
The front of the building.
I've got 2 entrances here. There'll be the loading docks that come out this way, angle in this way, and across here.
Oh wow!
That'll be individual strips of stained wood, which will look kind of nice.
And the corbels, those really cool, we showed you on episode 1, are stuck down there on the roof. And then
it still has to be weathered. It looks like a toy right now.
Right. And then you're still working on the cupola.
Oh yeah. On
the top. And then the windows have the window shades.
That's just masking tape.
Okay.
It's really simple to do.
With the masking tape.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, the whole roof lifts off, right?
Right now it does, yeah. We're not going to put this on permanently until we get the lighting in. You can take a shot inside.
Okay. Yeah, you can see, folks, on the inside view.
You can see how it's braced.
Yep.
Now the bracing I use balsa 3/8 balsa wood, 3/8 square balsa.
Okay.
Because it's stiff as hell, lightweight, and cheap. Rather than basswood.
Wow.
And it cuts very easily. I can cut it on my table saw or what do you call it? Razor saw.
Razor saw.
Works well.
Well, folks, I'm going to pause this real quick and show you some other goodies real quick. Let me just hit the pause.
Now over here is a squirrel cage vent, and it's all this stuff here was just part of the. This is done on a 3D printer.
Okay.
And you have to get rid of all this stuff here, which is quite simple. It breaks apart, and they just clean it up.
You found these on eBay?
Yeah. I don't know who makes these, but really quite good. Then you just trim this down. Here's one already completed.
Oh my goodness.
That's going to fit on your side, Al.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put one of these extensions on like that.
Right.
That goes right in there.
Oh, wow.
And when you weather it, it takes weathering beautifully. Here's a smaller vent I did with, I just use creosote stain from Hunterline.
Oh, wow.
Creosote black. And the color's perfect.
Yeah, really. And all here it is, folks. This is the.
Now here, this is this stuff here. As I started to show you, we got a knife. I got one right here. Part of my coffee cup. You might want to show this over here. These all the windows we're going to use on the 15 buildings.
Yeah, we touched on these on the initial episode of the build.
See this stuff? Well, you can this stuff just pulls right off.
Oh wow!
It's just scrap.
It's almost like eating crabs.
Just well, I never touch the damn things. Don't eat anything that walks sideways.
Right, right.
Not because I'm Jewish, I could care less about that.
Well, what's interesting is these can work for O scale or HO scale, really.
Or even G scale.
Yeah, I mean they're multi-purpose.
It looks like I'm wrecking the thing, but this is just scrap stuff. And here's your squirrel cage, right here.
Oh, jeez.
And then we'll this over here. This will be the just cut this off here.
Wow. You're putting these together with Walther's glue.
I use glue for everything.
Right.
It's fabulous stuff. Why do I do that? Because you have basically a 24-hour period to fix your screw-ups. And even still, after it dries, you can dilute it with lacquer thinner, take it apart, or use a heat gun. That comes right apart.
Wow.
Here, this is the this piece here will fit in the funnel one. This goes up in here. Well, I still got it. There we go.
Well, there's a lot more detail to be added to this, folks.
Just pull the stuff off.
Yeah. It's a lot more detail to be added. Castings, people.
Yeah, they have a lot of vents on it. But this, you don't want to throw away the wrong parts.
Right.
The knife does a beautiful job. And here are the little vents.
Well, you're doing that.
Whoever did this, I found these on eBay, and I ordered a whole bunch of them. And they're really quite well. I mean, Al and I talked about, or you and I talked about getting a 3D printer or a laser, but then again, it goes against my fiber. I gotta do things the old way.
Right.
It just isn't fun.
Well, sometimes, I mean, nobody wants to build a squirrel cage. That's kind of.
I've actually done it.
Right.
I used to have a lathe.
Well, I don't.
I used to do a lot of stuff.
My God. You know, when I originally did the original video, folks, I said this was Eagle Flower. Eagle Flower and Acme Tool Company almost look identical. They're just a little bit different. But the beauty of these is anything can be anything. I mean, you can modify, change. You don't have to stick to one particular thing. You can modify it. You can change the name on it. You can do whatever you want with it.
Now over here, this proportion, this is a little too thin here. So I'm going to make this wider by just gluing a piece on here all the way around. And or maybe I'll use the U-channel up there so it'll be like a drain. But it's just a little too narrow.
Right.
But that's no problem. It's easy to fix.
Plus, you're going to be weathering the roofing on this. The whole thing's going to get weathered, folks. Well, Howard, I appreciate you showing this building. I think the next time we fire this up, we're going to be probably damn near finished with this, I would think.
It should be finished.
Yeah.
I hope. I have to get in. They got a lot of buildings to build.
Yes. Folks, thanks for watching, and keep tuned to see part 3 of this particular series on this building. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. It greatly helps promote the YouTube channel.
One thing I want to interject is I hate showing my work in progress because people think they don't understand that it has to be tightened up. And this still is pretty rough form right now.
Right.
We'll be tight with the weathering, additional parts,
right,
vents and so forth.
Right, all rough
wires,
edges.
We'll have wires hanging, holding this roof up in place.
Right.
And all the roofs will have guy wires.
Right. All the rough edges.
All the roof will have fascia, which I'm going to use styrene for that. And it's perfect. And
Mm-hmm.
it comes out like this. Mm-hmm. Now here I put a regular U channel, but then I'm going to use a thinner piece over here, which this will cover it up. It'll cover up this gap here. It'll look like an actual drain.
Oh, wow. Well, I know it'll be night and day difference, folks, the next time we see this structure. Thanks, Howard. I appreciate it.
Okay.